Oh my god, I am... don't even know how to start this video off because I am so bloody excited that the Cleveland Cavaliers just traded for Donovan Mitchell. This is legitimately absolutely insane. I mean, both teams did really, really good in this trade, I think. Like, a lot of people are talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers being the definitive winners, and look, they probably did do better potentially out of this than what the Utah Jazz did. But the reality is the Utah Jazz got a really, really good return for Donovan Mitchell that I think a lot of people aren't exactly talking about. First of all, I'm going to come out and say I think it was actually better than what the Knicks offered. The Knicks offered a week or so ago, I think it was RJ Barrett, Evan Fournier, it looked like, and I believe 4 unprotected first round picks was kind of the word that was going around. There was also, the report that Cam Reddish by Mark Berman, he says has also requested a trade. So many different trade rumors have come out on what the Utah Jazz knocked back, but at the end of the day, I think they made the right call. I don't think RJ Barrett is as good as a player as what a lot of Knicks fans make him out to be honest. I do know some Knicks fans that literally just chat him up to be the GOAT because they honestly want to improve his trade value, which, don't get me wrong, he's definitely a very good player, but I don't know if he's ready to be an all-star just yet. And when you're looking at the Utah Jazz, what they got in a return from the Cleveland Cavaliers, I definitely feel like there was a lot more to kind of talk about there. First of all, what the Utah Jazz got from the Cleveland Cavaliers did include Colin Sexton, who, first and foremost, Colin Sexton could still legitimately be one of the best scoring guards in the league. The reality is as well, they only signed him on a 4-year, $72 million contract, which again, when it was being reported that Colin Sexton was asking for 4 years, $20 million a year, a lot of people thought he was actually going to get that. Now, he's of course settling, I think, on something that probably looks like around $16 million or so per year, maybe even a bit less than that, which again, in reality, is legitimately crazy. I think it's actually a little bit over $16 million a year, which is crazy because this guy was reportedly asking for $20 to $25 million a year. They got him on a really, really cheap contract. And again, Colin Sexton could legitimately come in for them next season and probably average around 20 plus points per game. So first and foremost, Colin Sexton's contract has been revealed. I might be making a separate video on this just because I feel like a lot of people don't actually know what he signed to. And again, what he signed to is still a very good deal. Then, you're looking at Lauri Markkanen. Now, I was not a big fan of Lauri Markkanen before he got on the Cavaliers. I thought this guy was absolutely cheeks and just didn't know how to play any defense and was just kind of useless on the court. But then he really changed up when he got to the Cleveland Cavaliers, when he actually ended up being like the best three-point shooter on the team that season other than Kevin Love. He also was averaging around 15 points per game, I believe, 14 points per game, I think. And towards the end of the season, it was like about 17 or 18. He was actually balling out for the Cavaliers. So if you're a Utah Jazz fan, Lauri Markkanen, I would rather anyway than Evan Fournier. And that's what the Knicks were offering. So that's first and foremost as well. You'd rather Lauri Markkanen than Evan Fournier. He's literally crazy. I really like him as a player. 7-foot dude who's going to come and start at power forward now for the Utah Jazz next season. Very good player to bring in considering they really lack power forward and center depth. You've literally just added a power forward now in Lauri Markkanen. Then the other player you bring in Ochai Agbaji, who the Cavaliers literally just drafted with their top 15 pick. Like, the reality is this guy is a 22-year-old who was absolutely bowling in college, like shooting 40+% from 3, whether it was from catch and shoot or running around from screens. This dude can shoot the ball. His defense is also very, very good as a perimeter guy as well. He is going to be a very good player to bring in, especially as a young dude. You've just brought in 3 really young, capable dudes. Markkanen, probably going to be entering his prime now. I wouldn't really call him young, 25-year-old probably. But again, still a lot lower on the age bracket than a lot of the players they had on that team. And then you bring in the 3 unprotected first round picks, the 2 pick swaps. It's, again, a very, very good trade. I definitely feel like the Utah Jazz did a lot better from this trade than a lot of people think. Like, I'm not saying they necessarily won the trade, but you can't tell me that this isn't a way better trade than what the Knicks were offering. I don't care if the Knicks were offering 4 or 5 first round picks that were unprotected. That's 2 more than what the Cavs offered. Markkanen is a better player than what Fournier is. Achai Agbaji is a better player than, I think, a couple of the young dudes that the Knicks were offering. And again, you're looking at it like this, where Colin Sexton could legitimately be a very solid player to still bring into this team. Like, realistically, this Jazz team still looks good. You got Mike Conley at the point, Colin Sexton at the 2, Bojan Bogdanovic at the 3, Markkanen at the 4, and then you're probably going to have, like, Talon Horton-Tucker at the 5. I got no idea who they're playing at center next season. Whatever, that's besides the point. Off the bench, though, you still got Malik Beasley, Jordan Clarkson, Talon Horton-Tucker, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Jared Vanderbilt, who they could literally just play at center this season and go extremely small ball. They got that Udoka Azubaki, I think that's how you say his name. He's still a really nice young center who I don't think will amount to much in the NBA, but at the end of the day, he's still someone that you can ultimately look at. So I think that, definitely makes sense. And you probably go into that thinking, yeah, we've got a lot of good players here. We just need to add some centers in. I still think that Hassan Whiteside, who's on the market right now, could be a nice, backup big that they could bring in. And if you're looking at young dudes, there's not a whole lot of young guys on the market right now in terms of centers, I don't think, that you would like to bring in. You could do what the San Antonio Spurs did last season, where they decide to go and take a look at the Olympics and see that Jock Landale was absolutely balling out, and he just won Finals MVP for Melbourne United in the NBL the season before. They, of course, signed him. He was really good for them at backup center this season. Then, of course, they made moves, and he got put in the DeJounte Murray deal, where he now plays for the Atlanta Hawks, and hopefully he gets some minutes for them too. Maybe not, though. They got so many stacked centers. But again, a dude like that, it might be available for a second-round pick or 2. If you're the Utah Jazz and you're looking to bring in a young big man, a dude like Jock Landale is literally sitting right there, who is going to get no minutes in the league. You could go and get him, or you could try and be really fancy. And again, you've got 800 first-round picks now. Why not go to the Orlando Magic and see if you can offer a first or 2 to try and bring in a Mo Bamba? Imagine that, bringing in a young center to come help with this team as well. You could legitimately still contend for the play-in if you fix this center issues that they've got right now. Again, I don't think they'll make the play-in just because they legitimately have no centers. Their defense is still very, very average. But if you were able to bring in a center like a Mo Bamba or even a Jock Landale, you will definitely be a lot better off than what you're going to produce this season with, I think, Udoka as what could be their starting center, or maybe even Jared Vanderbilt. Right now, looks like they could run him as a smaller starting center. Again, I believe on Minnesota, when Cat had some injury issues, Vanderbilt did play some center minutes, I think. Whether that was this season or the last, I can't remember, but he's definitely, I think, proven that he could possibly do it. Again, it's a very small ball thing. He's definitely not big, in terms of strength like a Jarrett Allen type of guy, but he could definitely try and do something. So again, Utah Jazz still got some things to figure out, but I still feel like they did a very good job in this trade. Very good job to them. But of course, if you haven't already, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Comment your thoughts and opinions down below. Do you guys think the Utah Jazz did better in this trade than what a lot of people are talking about? Of course, definitely let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Or did the Cavaliers just win it? Comment your thoughts and opinions. Of course, subscribe to the channel for the latest NBA content and NBA news. Go and subscribe to my gaming channel, my IRL/vlogging, and of course my CHB podcast channels. All of them will be getting linked in the description down below. But as I was saying, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.